There's that old familiar school bell in every great school as a great fight song, and I choose to use the University of Idaho's fight song. Say it with me, say it loud, say it proud. I-D-A-H-O. Idaho. Go, go, go. That's right, you're listening to the exceptional, inspirational, motivational episode of Connecting My Life. I'm your host, I'm Paul Everts. You can reach me at my email address, and I wish you would. It's B-A-N-D, the number 2 together, band together at Comcast.net. Also, visit our handsome, dandy little website, which is conductingmylife.com, where you'll see I'm an author, speaker, trainer, coach. I'm part of the John Maxwell team. If you feel so compelled to, hire me. I'll come out and do a wonderful seminar lesson using John Maxwell's excellent material. I am recording this on the 12th of June, 2024. It's 11:09. And I'm doing this from our beautiful home in Roseville, California, which is 20 miles northeast of Sacramento. You're hearing this around July the 2nd, though. So we posted this the 2nd of July, 2024. I am so jazzed right now. We are on principle number 18 of John Maxwell's excellent book, Winning with People. This is a book that I actually use with the scholars that I teach. I currently teach at a charter school. Some people go, charter school is like a private school. Isn't that? No, it's not. It's a public school, and it's called a charter school because we have a charter. We have our own way of doing things. We do get financial support from the state and probably from the federal government too. But anyway, yeah, it's a charter school nearby. I don't say the charter school's name. Google my name, Paul Everts. Yeah, it's my real name. I don't have a stage name. I hate being fake, and that sometimes gets me in trouble. But anyway, so Google my name, and you'll say, oh, that's where Paul's teaching. And I don't say their name because I don't represent them, and it's just a little more respectful to them. But anyway, using the book, Working with People, Winning with People. Well, you got to work with them too. But Winning with People, I am in charge of the detention. Also, I do actually, my job is to do the after-school band program, which is going to be in the school day. So scholars that are listening to this, families that are listening to this, yeah, we're in the school day. But anyway, yeah, so I do detention, and we have a thing that I've gotten from John Maxwell. We call it Lunch and Learn. So detention for my charter scholars is Lunch and Learn, and we are using John Maxwell's material. I like to say to them, you got in trouble for being here, but you're not in trouble with me unless you act like a jerk. Then you are in trouble. But so don't act like a jerk. And they have done a really good job. Most of them understand that I love them. I love them dearly, and I'm worried about them because look at our nation. However, this Thursday, 4th of July, I get to celebrate. That's exciting. All right, let's go to the people principle number 18 because I attempt to make these about 10 minutes long, and we go from there. All right. Principle number 18, the 101% principle. Find the 1% we agree on and give it 100% of our effort. Daryl Zanuck says, if two men on the same job agree all the time, then one is useless. If they disagree all the time, then both are useless. The question I must ask myself is, can I find common ground, and will I give it 100% of my effort? So parents that are listening to this, and again, we're growing. We got 30 followers. I don't like saying followers because it sounds strange. Listeners, we have 30 listeners. I hope we have more. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on iHeart. So there might be other listeners I don't know. But here, parents, listen to me. When you go and you call your teacher to itch and complain about how that teacher is mistreating your child because they got an F or something, whatever. How about this? How about you go to the parent conference with the teacher first? Don't call the administrator. Don't call the counselor. Call the teacher. That's who you have the quote-unquote problem with, is the teacher. You don't have a problem with the counselor. You don't have a problem with the administration. You have a problem with the teacher. Go to the teacher first, okay? And then how about using this 101% principle? Let's agree on the one thing, and that's that we want our child, your student, to improve. That's what we agree on. Let's give it 100%. Parents, there are too often times when you walk in there and you just want to cut the head off of the teacher. And I'm just going to be blunt with you, and that's stupid. Okay, that's just really stupid. that teacher, for the most part, give them the benefit of the doubt. They're there because they want to teach your child. All right? Give them the benefit of the doubt. And if your child's coming home saying that Mr. Johnson's being mean to me, he looked at me funny, remember that your child is a child. All right? I know he or she is, binary, sorry. He or she is your child and they walk on water. No, they don't. So, anyway, I'll go off on that some other time. All right? 101% principle. Parents agree on the one thing, and that's what we want our student to do better. What can I, as a parent, do to help you, Mr. Johnson, teacher? Because right now it's frustrating. So, anyway, let's see how this is going to help you. When to practice the 101% principle. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. It is an incredible tool in anyone's relational toolbox. However, it is not something that can be pulled out and used all the time. Dr. Maxwell says that because the principle takes a big commitment of time, energy, and thinking. Therefore, before practicing the principle, you need to ask yourself some questions. Number one, is the person worth the commitment? So let's use Johnny, let's use your son, and we're going to go over probably a little bit today. We're going to probably go about 12 minutes. So is the person worth the commitment? If it's your child, hopefully you'd say, yes, my child is worth the commitment of me going in and talking to the teacher. Number two, is the situation worth the commitment? You want your kid to get better? So yes, it is. The situation's worth it. I'm going to go in there, going to do what Paul said, Mr. Everts said, give the teacher the benefit of the doubt. All right, cool. Is the issue worth the commitment? Well, the issue right now is that we're not working together well here, or we're not learning. So that's the issue. It's worth the commitment. Then finally, is the return worth the commitment? The return is the outcome of the meeting. I'd go into that meeting, and I'm a parent. I got 2 kids, and now we have 3 grandchildren. I'd go into that meeting saying, you know what, that teacher's doing what they can, and my kid can be a pain in the rear end sometimes. And you know that's true. You know that's true. And if the kid's a pain in the rear end to you, don't doubt they're not a pain in the rear end to somebody else. All right, so now here's the 101% return. Practicing the 101% principle can benefit you in many ways. Here are 6 of them. Number 1, it allows you to build a foundation for change. Change always begins on common ground. So the common ground, again, is the student, your child. Remember, too, parents, you're going to die eventually. All right? So the kid's going to have to learn someday how to do things without you being around. So the common ground is that we want your little Johnny to get better academically, socially, intellectually, spiritually, physically. We just want them to get better. Number 2, it prevents unnecessary conflict. General Ulysses S. Grant said, quote, "There never was a time, in my opinion, some way could not be found to prevent the drawing of a sword." Okay, so it prevents unnecessary conflict. I love that. Number 3, the 101% principle reduces the odds of making enemies. You don't want the teacher to be your enemy and vice versa. Teachers, I'm not just going to put this all on the parents, okay? You teachers that have problems, you need to call home too. All right, here we go. So, and then the 101% principle keeps something of value that could have been lost. How many potentially rewarding relationships have you missed because you focused on differences instead of a common ground? The common ground, again, is your child doing better. Your child's the common ground between you, parent, teacher. How many potential friends have slipped through your fingers? Why not try to say, hey, you know what, maybe this teacher someday might be friend. I have friends who were band parents. Again, I'm a band director. Now they're friends. It's a cool thing. How many productive business associations have you forfeited? Former New York Yankees manager Joe McCarthy observed, "And a manager who can't get along with the 400 hitter is crazy." Number 5, the 101% principle helps you to feel good about your part of the relationship. Yes, you're part of the relationship, parents. You and the teacher have a relationship to get this young person to do better. That's what your relationship is. Remember, you are going to be gone from that kid's life. You're not there forever. So your idea is to say, I need to get this human being to function without me eventually. And then number 6, the 101% principle enables you to make the best of difficult situations. Oh my gosh, yeah. You're going into this parent conference with the teacher. That's a difficult situation because in part, you have both made it a difficult situation. The happiest people don't necessarily have the best of everything. They just make the best of everything. Adopting the 101% principle makes the best of every relational opportunity, and no one can be expected to do more than that. Oh my gosh, I love the 101% principle. You agree on one thing, and then you give it 100%. And again, parents, such a valuable tool with working with teachers, principals, education. All right? And again, public education, I left it. It's an awkward time for it, and I get it. However, if I get one or two parents to go to that table saying, hey, I want to work with you, not against you, and I don't want to work for you either, buddy. I want to work with you, teacher. I think you will have a great experience, a better experience, and the winner is the child. And one more time, you aren't going to be there for the entire time your child is alive. You need to get them being respectful, responsible, and disciplined. You can do it. Begin with the end in mind. Every choice you make is who you are, so choose wisely. Seek first to understand, and then be interested. And finally, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's why I do this. Hey, we got a Venmo account. We would love to have some financial support. We're a mom and pop shop, attempting to live on a pittance of a retirement, and we would love your support to keep this going. Okay. Till next time, I will see you. Happy 4th of July. We love you, America. God bless America.